Good morning, coming to you from the Mandino Leadership Institute, Dave Blanchard. It's great to be with everybody this morning. Let's give everybody just a couple of moments to jump on here for those of you who watch this recording after, which we've been blessed to have thousands of you do so. Thank you. Please, when you watch this, if it does something for you, think about a person who may be having a challenge in their life who could use a positive word or two, and share this with them. Our intention is to impact the world. We call this Og-ment your week. Obviously a play on words, but an opportunity for us to have something to just get the week started. As many are having challenges right now, emotional challenges, physical challenges, financial challenges, spiritual challenges. And we'd love to be able to just inspire them to rise above just for a few moments, to be able to see possibility so that they can have more courage, more heart to be able to step up and do that on their own. So if this does something for you, please share it with them. And I'm Dave Blanchard. I'm the CEO of the Mandino companies, and it's a real honor to be able to take this message to the world. I'm just checking very quickly to make sure everybody can hear, because sometimes we've had some audio challenges early in the morning. Our desire is to take these correct principles to the world at a time when we need them more than we've ever needed them before. Tonight, I have the unique opportunity to speak at the state prison. This will be my first opportunity speaking at this place, and it comes by invitation, driven by the parents of a young man who's in the prison, who I happen to know. Great young man, just got addicted to drugs. Drugs led to some behaviors that ended up with felonies that he's now in prison. And I know the rest of the story. I've known the family for a long time. And I know the story, and I know what happened to him. And it's like, no wonder he went there to anesthetize the pain and the frustration. And with drugs, we just get addicted. And one thing led to another and led him down to a life of crime. And now he's paying society back in time in prison. It's going to be great to see him tonight. Can't wait to give him a big hug. But I've been pondering how many of us in our own way are in a prison. And I know I've shared these lyrics with you before, but I was pondering them this morning. The movie, The Dreaming Tree, the song, The Dream, and it just about is done. So I'm going to share it with everybody as soon as we have the music ready. Randy Karcher, a brilliant musician who's writing this music. I was thinking about it this morning in terms of us being in a prison and just feeling hopeless or overwhelmed or discouraged or unable to dream. And I was reflecting on these words this morning in that context. So if you're feeling at all like, like life is just, the bird of paradise has been parked over top of you for a little too long, I'm going to share them with you again this morning. But these are for you to just ponder in terms of breaking out of discouragement, overwhelm, frustration, really taking on life and finding the joy that comes from going full speed. So here we go. Then I've got something I want to share with you from scroll number 5. Be with me. And I want you just for a moment, as you're reflecting on this, to imagine a room just packed with inmates. This is their home, and some of them for many years, still left. And I'm going to share this with them tonight. It goes like this. Deep in our dreams, where the whispers are real, words softly spoken, voices we feel, calling us higher than we've ever flown, giving us wings to a world yet unknown. And I think of those men in that prison, and the challenges that they're facing, and some of them not even dare to dream. Some haven't. Some have lived in poverty and they haven't tasted their greatness, their genius, their goodness. They just haven't. Have you? Just dream. Come with me and dream. Putting all your fears behind you. Those tears that blind you. Those chains that make you scream. Just dream. The burdens of life steal our purpose and peace. Broken and angry, we cry for relief. But dreaming inspires us to reach for the stars, healing our wounds and removing the scars. I think of those that I know who have served prison sentences, who've gone out into the world and created something magnificent with their lives, and their scars are being healed and being removed. Just dream. Come with me and dream. Putting all the fears behind you, the tears that blind you, the chains that make you scream. Just dream. Come with me and dream, putting all the tragedy behind you. For those of you who've gone through painful experiences, and let hope and let joy remind you to become now, in the now, the one who finds you when you go into the future and see that person. Become the one who finds you when you dream. Remember all the pain and fear that has crushed your life and stolen your dreams for years? I so believe this next sentence. Reach deep down inside your soul. Feel the flame that burns. Og talks about this. He talks about that flame that's been passed down from generations uncounted, which is a constant irritation to my spirit to be better than I am. I will fan these flames of dissatisfaction and proclaim my uniqueness to the world. Reach deep down inside your soul. Feel that flame that burns. Declare the truth you know. I think we know. Sometimes we're afraid to own, but I think we know. Just dream. Come with me and dream. Putting all the fears behind you, the tears that blind you, the chains that make you scream. Just dream, putting all the shame behind you, the doubt that binds you, the rage that makes you scream. Just dream. Come with me and dream, putting all the tragedy behind you, letting hope and joy remind you to become the one who finds you when you dream, deep in the night when the whispers are real. Now, one of the great risks we have that imprisons us is when our mind is one place and our body's in another. The scroll today is scroll number 5. I am nature's greatest miracle. Excuse me. That too. That's been on my mind all morning. I shall live this day as if it is my last. Yeah. Scroll 5. I'll live this day as if it is my last. And Og says, I won't let one drop spill upon the sand. This is my message tonight. I'll not spend one moment mourning yesterday's defeats, yesterday's aches of the heart, for why should I throw good after bad? Even in a prison, whatever kind of prison you might feel like you're in, we have the choice to be punished or to be inspired, to be introspective, to consider possibilities, to chart a new future, to learn from the experience, to look at it as an opportunity to be even more empathetic for someone else who may be going through a painful experience. We have lots of options other than just being punished, being in resistance and being in resentment and being in frustration. And we also have the opportunity to stay present in the now instead of going into the future and wanting to have life more comfortable and less stressful. I know we talk a lot about this, but it's really at the core of what drives me. It's because of this tragedy we have going on in society where we want to live in the future and bring tomorrow's gold and put it in today's purse. We've talked about this. And then sometimes torment myself over things that may never come to pass. Spend our life endlessly worrying. In scroll 5, Og says, "This day is all I have. And these hours are now my eternity." It's always now. I will greet this sunrise with cries of joy as a prisoner who is reprieved from death. I lift mine arms with thanks for this priceless gift of a new day. So too I will beat upon my heart with gratitude and consider all who greeted yesterday's sunrise, who are no longer with the living today. Ramona had the privilege of going to the funeral of one of her brothers-in-law on Saturday. What a legacy of just love and tenderness and kindness. But he's not here anymore on this earth. I'm indeed a fortunate man or woman, and today's hours are but a bonus undeserved. Why have I been allowed to live this extra day when others far better than I have departed? When I hear Og narrate this, it's just a little tender, huh? He's no longer with us. Is it that they have accomplished their purpose while mine is yet to be achieved? That's the operative sentence, I believe, in scroll 5. Live this day as if it is my last. Is it that they've accomplished their purpose while mine is yet to be achieved? Is this another opportunity for me to become the man or woman I know I can be? Is there a purpose in nature? Is this my day to excel? I will live this day as if it is my last. Let us pause just for a moment this morning and just be deeply grateful for life itself, to be alive, to be breathing, regardless of the firestorms that may rage around us. And let us take a look at this and say, how often am I in avoidance of what is? What would happen if I just dug into this and I took this and I created with it and I celebrated and I created and I celebrated and I created and I celebrated? And I chose to live in the now, and I went into my mind only to get inspired ideas about how to take this and move it forward. What would be different in my life if I freed myself from the prison of fantasy? Fantasy meaning escaping and avoiding the rigors of life, playing out vivid scenarios about what it'll be like after, only to be overwhelmed when life shows up differently. Or to spend time in that dark dungeon of despair and discouragement, playing out worst-case scenarios, catastrophizing. If I freed myself from that prison, which is really destructive, or from that counterfeit pleasure version of fantasy, and I stayed present and I freed myself to be here, and I took this day and made the most out of it, what would it be like tonight when I'm getting ready to go to bed and I go, wow, that indeed was the best day of my life. May we, in fact, make this decision. Because unlike the men I'll visit tonight, they can choose to create a new future, but they can't leave the prison yet, not physically. They're there, some of them, for another 4 or 5 or 10 years or more. So they get a lot of time to work on themselves, maybe get a college degree. They've got all kinds of things that they can do very proactively to be as prepared as possible to go back out into society and be a different person than they were when they came in. But you and me, We get to make that decision right now and walk out of the prison. We're not stuck in here. We're not sentenced. And you'll discover when you go to walk out that the gate has never been locked. Nope, it's never been locked. Og talks about that. The door to failure, the unlocked door, versus the key to the door of success. Let us take these principles. Let us live present and now today. Let us make this the best day of our life. And let us have freedom. Freedom that those men tonight would do anything to have. Blessings to you. Have this be the best day of your life.